I'm Sean Cain. I'm a PhD in psychology, and I do research on light and how it impacts our health and well-being. So I study many aspects of how light impacts human health. We now know that human beings are far more sensitive to light in general than we previously thought, and that light can disrupt our internal clocks. And when it does, it disrupts our sleep and our mood and our ability to perform optimally during the day. Circadian rhythms are 24-hour rhythms. Now, there's a real clock at the base of your brain that keeps 24-hour time. And this clock tells the rest of your body what time of day it is. We evolved over millions of years to have strong on signals, bright days, dark nights, so our bodies know when to do the things it does. For example, we might have our hearts ready for activity during the day, but at night, that heart needs to repair itself. By knowing what time of day it is, our bodies can do the right thing at the right time. We now know that our bodies, most of the tissue in our bodies, keeps 24-hour time. Our hearts have 24-hour rhythms, our skin, our liver, our pancreas, and many areas of the brain. They all need to know what time of day it is to function best. When we disrupt those rhythms, we get lots of negative health effects. Light affects our circadian rhythms by telling the clock itself what time of day it is. Now, the clock can keep 24-hour time on its own, but it needs to synchronize with the external day. So the sun coming up and going down and all of the lights you use in your home are telling the clock whether it's day or night. Now, that's problematic sometimes because if you have light on late at night, you're telling your clock it's day when it's actually night. And that's very confusing to your body. To be optimally healthy, our bodies expect very regular bright days and dark nights. When we don't get that, it disrupts our body clocks, and that can lead to illnesses such as depression, type 2 diabetes, even cardiovascular disease. Our body clocks expect darkness at night, and when we get too much light at night, it will tend to wake us up. When that happens, it's harder to get to sleep, it's harder to get deep sleep, and that can have negative effects on mood the next day. Blue light has positive effects on the clock when we get it during the day. Our clocks like lots of light in the day and very little light at night. When we get that light in the day, it improves our mood, enhances our ability of the clock to keep time. Blue light can be negative as well. We're very sensitive to blue light at night. So when we get light that's not expected by the clock, it can disrupt our sleep, disrupt our clocks, and make it more difficult to function the next day. There's blue light all around us. During the day, the sun emits lots of blue light, and at night, we see it in our electronic devices, on our TVs, in our overhead lights. Even though light doesn't appear blue, there can be a lot of blue wavelengths in that light. Our body clocks are very sensitive to blue light. They like to get lots of light in the day and very little light at night. Because our clocks are so sensitive to blue light, at night it can be quite disruptive. At night, just a little bit of blue light tells our clock it's day when it's really night. And so it becomes difficult to sleep, your depth of sleep is much more shallow, and it can impact how you function on the next day. The light we're exposed to impacts our overall health. Our bodies evolved over millions of years to expect bright light in the day and darkness at night. But our modern environments have changed that. We now get too little light in the day, but also get far too much light at night. And that's very confusing to our body and all of its clocks that help us maintain our maximum and optimal health. Blue light has a positive effect on our alertness. When we get lots of blue light, it wakes us up. It makes us more activated. So someone working at home in what would be a dim environment would benefit from getting blue-enriched light. In general, the rule should be get as much light in the day as you can and darkness at night. So optimally, you would get a lot of blue-enriched light during the day. It'll help you stay awake. It'll help you be alert when you need to be alert. But avoiding blue light in the evening. This is when you should be winding down, relaxing your body, not alerting it. Getting too much blue light at night would be like having a coffee before bed and expecting to get to sleep. So the general rule, bright light in the day and dimness at night. There can be blue light in a light source without it necessarily looking blue. When you see light that is cool and white, it tends to have more blue in it than a light source that is quite warm and yellow. To not confuse our body clocks about what time of day it is, it's good to avoid blue light at night. You generally want very warm, low light levels at night so that your body relaxes and gets ready for sleep. Blue light is very alerting and activating. It's a lot like having a cup of coffee. Now, too much light at night can be sort of like having a cup of coffee and then expecting to get to sleep. Smart lighting can save you from having to remember when to change your lights. In our past, the sun decided when it was day and when it was night. In the same way, we should let our lights decide when it's day or night and let our bodies follow it.